My husband's trying to hide. We can see you in the camera, sir. Get off the floor. And then you rattling that bag. Oh my gosh. So, hello, I missed you as always, and I'm glad to be back in front of you and sharing some life update information. But before we go any further, if you have not subscribed to this channel, Life with Shayla, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and liking this video. If you would be so kind as to leave me a comment, even if you just want to say hi, that helps also. I'm trying to grow my vlog channel, which is just my everyday day-to-day life, what I'm doing in ministry, what I'm doing in my family life, and there's some big things coming, and I want to share those with you. I'm documenting them for myself and for my children in the future so they can look back on, and hopefully it inspires others. But yeah, so subscribe and hit the like button if you have not. So okay, so I'm going to give just a brief life update, and if you can see, my eyes are red, and I just noticed it when I got on camera. And I do have this light, but even without the light, you can see my eyes. It looks like I would have had on contacts or something. Of course, obviously I'm not wearing contacts because I have my glasses on. But y'all, the month of October has wore me out. Turning 40, I was so excited, and many of you know this because I talked about it on social media. I have a whole podcast, 40 and some change, on Apple. 40 and some change, the number 40 and some change is the name of the podcast. So be sure to check that out. New episodes coming soon. And just was in love with turning 40. So excited. Now, while I have enjoyed 40 is kind of rude. 40 came in and was like, you're going to do what I say when I say how I say, and if you don't like it, too bad. I'm going to make it 10 times harder for you. So if you follow me on social media, you know that just this month of October, my husband has been in 2 car accidents, walked away from both without a scratch. Praise be to God. Thank you, Jesus. Walked away without a scratch. First time, it was a rear end bumper hit. He was hit from behind, and it tore up the back of our car. The car is still in the shop. This happened the beginning of September. This car is still in the shop. This happened in August, but we put the car in the shop in September because it's been a month and a half. So the parts are back ordered, so we're not looking to get our car back until November 12th. But I am praying that it comes speedily, and here's why. If you saw, I did a day in the life TikTok, Instagram, and I just did like a 60-second day in the life. And we were going to Enterprise because insurance, if you've ever had to deal with an accident with insurance in the rental car, for the most part, a rental car company has a max of 30 days that they're going to pay for your rental in most cases, in some cases. And after that 30 days, they're expecting that you can get your car fixed in 30 days, right? From the time you take it in and you claim the rental. So they paid for the rental for those 30 days. But I knew, and I kept talking to my husband about this, which is why we delayed even putting it in the shop, because I had heard from other people that the parts are being back ordered because of the panorama that's happening. So it's just hard to get things in. Now, mind you, we drive a Toyota, nothing fancy. And so it's a very common car is what I mean to say. So the part you would think would be easy to get, or they could get it from a junkyard. They have told us they have checked junkyards. They have checked everywhere, and they cannot find the rear bumper, the rest of the pieces to fix the back of the car, which just gave me a thought. But anyways, so the 30 days ran out, needless to say, and we now have to pay for the rental. Well, while the insurance was paying for the rental, we added additional insurance onto the rental car that we had because we didn't have to pay for the car. So we just went ahead and paid for additional insurance in the mindset, hoping that it would be 30 days or less. We didn't find out it was going to be extended until later into the rental, maybe about 2 weeks before the rental was up. They kept pushing the date back, and we finally got a date of November something. Anywho, and so we decided to get the walkaway, is what we call it, and we laugh about it all the time. Walkaway insurance, and which means if somebody hits you or something happens, the car's totaled, whatever the case may be, that's you're not at fault of, you can walk away. Literally, everything is taken care of. It doesn't have to go against your insurance. You don't have to file a claim, pay a deductible, none of that. So we got this additional insurance. I think all in all, it was about $17, $25, $30. I don't even know, per day. So we got this insurance, right? But then when the insurance ran out and the insurance company decided that your 30 days is up, we're no longer paying for the rental, we had to start paying for the rental. And so at that point we said, well, if we're going to pay for the rental, we might as well use our own insurance if something happens. And so we took the walkaway insurance off. The next week, my husband gets into the second car accident, and he is hit by a drunk driver in a stolen vehicle nonetheless, and the vehicle stolen from another state. Y'all, I'm laughing now, but it was no laughing matter when I got the phone call at work. I was a nervous wreck for my husband, and that's his head that you just saw in the background. He's trying to sneak in here and get something. And so it was just a terrible situation, right? And so now we don't get to walk away because we took that insurance off once we started having to pay the burden of the actual rental, and then trying to pay insurance on top of that. We just decided to go with our own insurance. So now we have not one, but 2 insurance claims for accidents that were not my husband's fault. He was by himself both times when the accidents happened. And the police came on the second incident, and yeah, they actually did recover the stolen car. They were able to get a hold of the owner of the stolen vehicle, so we don't know what happens now. So hopefully they did have insurance for the car that was stolen. So hopefully that helps, because they actually had insurance. The first person that hit him didn't have insurance. So that's one thing that's been happening in my life. Second part is we are working on moving. And I think every time I talk to y'all, every time I get on camera, we're about to move. But this time, my plan is this will be our last move. But it's so we can travel. Like, we've always talked about having a home base. And right now I'm in Washington State, if you didn't know. One of the most, if not the most expensive places, even toppling California, because California people, a lot of them are moving here. We're becoming a tech bubble, because, we have companies already like Starbucks, Amazon, and those companies for what they are, but on the back end, they're tech companies. A lot of what happens, well, maybe not Starbucks, but a lot of what happens is tech, and Starbucks does have tech, but they're really technology companies. Amazon is not just a online retailer. It has a lot of tech, and you can see that in the jobs that they have, because everything runs on a server. Everything runs mobilely and through the cloud and all of that good stuff. So they have a lot of tech jobs. And so a lot of people are migrating here, right? And the work at home boom is happening. And so just a lot of stuff is going on, and the prices are going up here. That's one reason that we're leaving. The average median house cost here, I think I just read it a couple weeks back, is, I think it's 800,000. Yeah, 800. Yes, 800 as in almost $1 million. Yeah, that's a normal house price. My husband's trying to hide. We can see you in the camera, sir. Get off the floor. And then you rattling that bag. Oh my gosh. He will let y'all see everything but his face. Sir. It's so silly. So anyways, that is number 2. There's no particular order, but that's number 2 of what's been going on in our lives. So we are planning to move, and I will just say we're planning to move somewhere south, and just because the cost of living is cheaper, and the long-term goal is to have no mortgage and no rent. And I will talk more to you about how I plan to do that. And I think I talk a little bit about it in the goals video, where I talk about my income, my debt payoff, and what I'm saving and how much I've saved so far. So more on that in that video, but I will say this. So let me put this out there. The goal is to be mortgage and rent free. I've never had a desire to own a home in the traditional sense. I would like to own a home or homes or real estate, but not in the traditional sense. Like, I have no desire to pay a mortgage. I just don't. Let's go live in a van. But my children and my husband are not feeling it. So, and I'm serious, they're not feeling it. And so my pastor's, my pastor's wife, but she's my pastor too, and dear friend, and very, my confidant, she, laughs at me because she's like, okay, I was with you until you were talking about living in a van or living. She's like, I got to stick with Jamel on this one, my husband. because that's a little extreme. Like, that's taking everybody too fast. But if it was left up to me and I could make the decision and everybody would just, we'd be living in an RV, C-Class, or a van. So, but we are going to get a home. That is the plan. And some land. That is the plan. And it's going to happen very speedily in Jesus' name. So that is what we're working on. I've been running 2 businesses, and that is a tough thing to do. You guys know I have a customer service and marketing business. And then I have, if you didn't know, I have a medical healthcare wellness business. And so I've been working contracts through an agency as an independent contractor for the healthcare business. And I've been working in the hospital, which brings me to the next update in my life. I have not been working the last week, almost 2 weeks, because I had gotten a small tear on my back. Still don't really, caused by the bra strap and the friction of the bra strap rubbing my skin, and because I sweat. This is probably TMI, but I probably told y'all a lot of TMI stuff. This is life with Shayla. Like, this is my life. Why anybody would want to listen to my life, I don't know, but people tell me that I have the craziest experiences and that I'm hilarious. Even when I'm not trying to be funny, I be so serious, but it comes off funny. So yes, I got a micro tear of some sort in my back, and because I sweat so profusely at work. If you didn't know, I'm a CNA by trade, which is the license that I carry. If you saw my day in the life video, I was showing you on there me paying my license to renew, so that I can keep working and bringing this money into my business. And let me just say, I make very good money doing this. And part of the reason I make as much money as I do is because of the state that I live in. The cost of the pay range, the pay range and wages is much higher here than many other states, including California. Right now, if you look on the healthcare market for what CNAs are being paid through agency, or as an independent contractor, Oregon is kind of right there neck and neck. They pay pretty well. California doesn't pay as well as you would think. And overall, and we're talking agency apps, because I have no intentions of working a job for anyone. Now I work, but like I work under my own business name. At the end of the year, I get a 1099, and I get to choose when I go to work. I have no minimum hours that I need to reach. I just work if I want to. If I don't, I don't. And that's why I've been off for the last almost 2 weeks. And it's like, whatever. It's my choice. But yeah, so in doing 2 businesses and I'm trying to balance all of that out, I get, and I'm going to say sick for the lack of a better word, but I'm unable to work and to do my regular life things because of this tear in my back, the skin tear, and the bacteria from the friction and the bacteria from the sweat. And mind you, I was doing this like multiple days a week, so I'm sweating, and then I get these 3 nodules. Well, it started off with 2 knots in my back, about this big, and then about maybe just a little bit bigger. And then that went on for about a week, and it hurt. I woke up one morning and I could not move my arm from here all the way up to my shoulder. It was just stiff, like when you lay on it and sleep that way for a long time, but it was a different kind of, like, I really couldn't move it. And so that kind of scared me, like, what just happened? And I knew I had these nodules in my back, and my back was sore, my shoulder, everything. And so I may insert a picture or 2 because it's super gross. If you don't tolerate that well, close your eyes. I'm going to insert a picture here. And if you are still not tolerable, maybe close your eyes again. I'm going to insert another picture just to show the progress. I'll insert it here. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working with. And it looks minute, but it hurts so bad. It's much better now. I ended up going to the emergency room after a week of being in pain and not really being able to function at work. And so I got put on 2 antibiotics. I got a pain med, which was only a 600 milligram Motrin tablet. And when I tell you I was taking pain pills around the clock, that's how bad it hurt. And this is just Motrin, but it just, like, if I went past the 6 hours of when that the pain meds was due, it started to hurt again, but it would take 2 hours for the pain to cease because I waited too long in between the doses to keep it on track. And so I was like, wow, that's craziness, because I work in healthcare, so I know people that are in chronic pain, and it's really, really sad. So been dealing with that. Took 2 antibiotics, and if y'all know me, y'all know I'm not a pill person. I crushed my pills. I don't have my pill crusher over here, but I crushed my pills, and the antibiotics were capsules, so I had to open them, put them in applesauce. The nastiest thing ever. I do not recommend. However, I ended up braving it up and being able to swallow my last couple of doses. I had to take it for 5 days, 4 pills a day for 5 days, plus the pain pill, plus a probiotic, because I was taking these 2 strong antibiotics. So I need to take a probiotic. And I tried to eat the yogurt, but I'm a texture person. I don't do puddings. I don't do oatmeal. I don't do yogurts. Sorry. I'm dramatic. I know. Sorry. So I ended up getting the probiotic tablets, and I crushed those, and they're only like that big. But I'm not a pill person, and you're not gonna make me. So that's been going on. The kids are doing well. They are Jayla, the oldest, is in college, and she is doing GED prep to graduate. She told me, Mom, I'm tired of school. I don't want to go to school no more. I just want to get done. She wants to go to college, but she wants to get done with the high school thing. And as you know, I've been homeschooling for the last 7 years. And so the little one, she is taking her online classes through tutors and through the app called OutSchool. So they are doing that. Sorry, I knew that phone was going to do something. And so the kids are doing well. They have something really special coming up next month. And my oldest will be 17, y'all. I talk about this on my podcast, how this growing up thing is not sitting well with me. I have a 17-year-old, almost. Crazy. I just can't believe it. So they're doing well. What else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, so about my back. So now I went to see my primary care for a follow-up because it started to drain. It was just 2 knots. Then it went to 3 knots. And the 3rd knot was bigger, and it kept getting bigger. And that's what pushed me to go to the emergency room on top of the pain. And so I went to the emergency room, got the antibiotics. She said to put a heat compress on it. I had been doing that, blah, blah, blah. And bless my husband's heart, he showed up and showed out. He has been the one changing my bandages and dealing with the drainage. And my husband does not do medical anything. When we were dating, I had to go to the hospital because I was sick and I had the flu. Didn't really know it, but I had the flu. They drew blood. I don't know what the nurse was doing, what happened, but when she drew blood, it literally squirted up to the ceiling. And by the time the blood hit the ceiling and was coming back down, so was my husband. The nurse happened to see him because I didn't see it. I didn't see him, but the nurse happened to see him, and she rushed over to get a gurney and scoop it under him because he was too big for her to catch. And so she pushed the gurney out enough for him to fall back on it. We laugh about that all the time. And by the time I realized what was going on, I was like, well, what happened? And my husband looked over, he said, now both of us in here on a bed. We were dating at the time. It was hilarious. So he don't do no bodily fluids. And so for him to have been changing my bandages and the drainage, I mean, it was, and I'm medical, y'all. The other day, he changed one of the bandages, and I'm looking every time. I make him take pictures so I can see what it looks like, make sure it's healing. I'm telling him how to do the wet, dry dressing, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know I went to nursing school, but that's neither here nor there. And so I'm telling him how to do this, because he don't do this. And so when he takes the bandages off, I always want to see the drainage, the color, if it has any odor or smell, because that's how you can predict if it's actually infected or getting worse. And so you always want to check the drainage, the color, the amount, blah, blah, blah. And so he took the bandage off. TMI. He took the bandage off and gave it to me, and without me even thinking, I put it to my nose to smell it to see if it had an odor. He's like, oh my gosh, I can tell you are medical. He was so disgusted. And I was like, what? And he was like, you smell. I said, oh, I'm just trying to see if it has odor. I didn't think anything of it because it's just what now a patient's, I put no strangers anything to my nose, but it was my own stuff. I was trying to see if it had a smell. So anyways, it was just crazy. So he's been doing that. He's been a trooper, and I thank God for him. And so it's getting better, but now my doctor wants to send me to a dermatologist because she thinks I have hyper something. And let me see if I can pull it up on my chart real quick because I can't remember the word. And she was like, do you have any others? I was like, yeah, I have one here. I won't even say where. And then I have one here, this little thing right here, which looks like something under the skin, which it is, but that's another, whatever she thinks. And they ran all the tests at the ER. My white blood cell count was good. All of that. Let's see, visits. And let me see what she called it today. View notes. It's hyper something. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Today she presents 2 lumps on the right upper back along her bra line, skin fold. The superior abscess on her back has since opened and started to drain. Small, white, milky discharge. Because I took pictures every time he changed the bandages and I took it to my doctor. She describes that they're itchy and tender to touch. Yes, she states that they're complete. Oh, this doesn't say what. Oh. Well, I don't see where she put. I have reviewed the chart. Well, y'all. Oh wait, let's see. After visit summary. I thought I was going to give y'all some information, and I don't even see the word. It's hyper something. Oh, poo. Dermatologist. She did prescribe me some. Oh, hydradentitis. Hydradentitis. Hydradentitis is what the ICD-9 code is for whatever I have. And then she did prescribe me some topical solution to put on it. And then she gave me some new dressings to use. So that is my life update. And that is just the month of October, y'all. I am thankful. We are blessed. Even though this has been hard and difficult. Oh, so let's talk about emotional and mental. I think I'll do this monthly. Do y'all care about me checking in monthly with like my life and where I'm at and like how I feel? Because then I want you guys to come back in the comments and tell me whatever you want to share about your life, how you feel, what you're going through, what you're dealing with. Because I found today, I also am seeing a nutritionist. That's a whole nother thing. I'm on a bariatric plan. If you listen to my podcast, and I may have did a video on YouTube saying that I'm addicted to food. So I've since gotten a nutritionist. My primary physician is super good. She's a nurse practitioner. She is super duper good. Like she for real cares about the people. More on that later in another video. But I have since started seeing a nutritionist. I'm on a bariatric plan, which if you don't know, bariatric is being obese, and you can be on the bariatric plan to get bariatric surgery, which I have no intentions of getting the surgery. I just saw something today that confirmed furthermore that I do not want the surgery, but there's a protocol that you go through. It's also based on your insurance of certain steps you have to take. And one of them is meeting with a nutritionist for 12 months or something like that. You have to lose a certain amount of weight according to your BMI. I have to lose almost 15 pounds over the next year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but let me tell you, this last week that I had, and I was doing so good. This is my 3rd visit with her today. I just happened to make my appointments on the same day, but it's my 3rd appointment with her today. Last 2 weeks, I lost 4 pounds. And I've lost a total of 6 pounds in the 3 appointments that I've had with her. But this week I gained 2 pounds, which still is not too bad because I was sure that I gained every pound back because of the stress that I had last week. And I say stress because I've been sick, not been able to go to work, which is not because of work, because don't nobody want to work no job. I want to be at home on my computer. That's what I want to do. And I made myself a job when I opened up this healthcare business. I didn't think it all the way through, but I'm gonna stick beside it. Because the money is good and it's helping me get to my goals, which is the only reason that I keep doing it, because the goal is to buy property, land and a property, and have no rent and no mortgage. That's part of my debt free by 45 work optional plan. And work optional meaning I can work if I want to, but I don't have to, because my digital marketing business makes me enough money to not have to work anywhere else if I don't want to, but online, and we can travel to all that. So but yes, I'm on the bariatric plan. I have no interest of having surgery, but I still have to go through the steps as if I was to be on the plan, which allows me to have a nutritionist. That's the most important thing to me. And I said all that to say, hopefully you guys will comment in the comments about your life each month. If you guys want to see me do these, what's happening in my life, or my life update, or whatever we want to call them. And then you guys can share, because sharing, getting it out, sharing it with somebody who can talk back to you, even though it's through text, I'll be responding to your post. I think it's healthy. and beneficial, because when I was just able to get it out today with my doctor, you know, they're busy, doctors are running. I had a 40-minute appointment so they could do and deal with everything. Plus they had a student nurse practitioner there that I was happy to let come in and examine and see. I love students because I'm a student at heart. I'm always learning. And I know what it feels like to be a student, and I don't mind, because I know they're looking for every little detail, and they're going to see stuff that other people don't see. And so I was able to just talk to my nutritionist. Even at the doctor's office, I was able to talk to them, and they listened, and just let me spew out the fact that I've been taken care of by my husband with this wound dressing and cleaning, and I can't see my back. I can't put my own dressing on. I can't do anything. I had to rely on somebody to do it for me. And not only that, oh, you just going to keep ringing. Somebody, who knows nothing about medical. So now I'm having to coach you through it. We got frustrated at times because he's trying to do it right. Then he's touching on the spots where my back is hurting, not on purpose, but just, you know, and trying to get the dressing on. And so it's a whole thing, right? And me having to depend on somebody to care for me when I'm the caregiver, for my family and my business, for my clients, my students, for the ministry that I have. And I'm just not used to somebody doing for me. And God has a way of telling you to sit down, slow down. But in all, that was just very emotional, right? And I'm just overwhelmed. There's a lot of things I want to do, a lot of goals I'm trying to hit, and it's like stuff just keeps happening. These car accidents that happen, but he walked away without a scratch. My situation with my back, it wasn't anything more serious than whatever I just told y'all the name of it was. And I do have to see a general surgeon. They may want to cut my back open, dig in and get it out, because they think it may be tunneling. And she described it as gopher holes, which I thought was gross. And I told her that is so gross, and they laughed at me. So that may happen, but I mean, I'm not even worried about that. It doesn't bother me as long as you numb me up. So anywho, so much happening, right? But also, I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful, because even though life is happening, because it happens to all of us, we are not, exempt from trials, right? So I'm thankful that in these trials, I can still give God the glory. I still have joy, because I'm not attached to the money. I'm not attached to the cars. Hallelujah. I'm not attached to the things that have been broken and taken away, right? Even though they're inconveniences not to be able to go to work and miss over $2,000, for not working in a week. That hurts financially, but I can make the money back, right? I'm not destitute. I'm not homeless. We're not starving. My kids are fine. They know no difference. They just know that I've been home a lot, but they know no difference. Nobody's hurting, right? The cars, we were able to get another rental car after the other one got totaled. I'm like, they ain't gonna give us no more cars, even though it wasn't our fault. And, you know, everything is good, right? We even got a $400 return check from the insurance company. And I don't know what it was for. My husband called and they couldn't really explain it. They said maybe a refund from the people who weren't insured the first incident, the rear end. They may have recovered some, y'all know I'm from the country, they may have recovered some money from them. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot going on. My dad is doing okay. I haven't talked to him as much as I would like to. Life has just been life, and I don't want him to be stressed about what's going on with me. So I talk to him, and I try to talk to him, say what I need to say, and I try to move on off the phone because I don't want to stress him. And yeah, so all is well. But keep me in prayers. I keep you in prayer. This video is getting to be super long, but I just wanted to kind of throw everything. There's so much that happened. I can't wait this long to do an update again, because there's so much, and I don't want to make the video super long. But if you stuck with me to the end, thank you for being a friend. I will be 41 years old next week, November 3rd. I don't really feel no type of way except for grateful. I'm happy. I have no celebration plans. I am really diligent, y'all. I'm so diligent. I will be off and home and whatever, but I'm so diligent about the projects that I'm working on in my digital marketing business. And not just for me, but what I'm working on is something I've been wanting to do over the last few years. And it's going to help set so many other people free. So if you want to know more about that, you can go over to my other YouTube channel, or you can find me on social media. So other YouTube channel is Shayla C Smart, Shayla C as in cat, Smart. That's my business YouTube. You can go on Instagram, A Free Lifestyle, or TikTok. Follow me on TikTok if you're on TikTok. I'm trying to get to 1,000 people so I can go live like I used to do on Periscope. A Free Lifestyle is my business TikTok. A Free Lifestyle is my business Instagram. If you want to follow my day-to-day and just the silliness of my life, then I am Shayla Smart on Instagram. Shayla Smart, I am Shayla Smart on Facebook. And I think it's I am Shayla Smart on TikTok, or Life with Shayla on TikTok. I am Shayla Smart on TikTok, I think, is the personal brand. Vlog, the regular life. I think that's it. I'm gonna drink my water, get back to work over here. I'm working on emails that go out tomorrow for this new thing I have going on called Pocket Money. If you want to know more about that, go over to the business YouTube or to my Instagram, A Free Lifestyle. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking out with this long video, but more to come. Comment below and let me know what changes are happening in your life. How are you handling those changes? Oh, last thing, I was talking about the mental health and the emotion. I said all of that to get to that point of, on the emotional, mental level, I'm doing okay. I was a little frustrated just because somebody else had to take care of me, but I got really frustrated one day. Y'all, I ain't gonna show you. I ain't gonna show you. I was in tears, literal tears. I went to take a shower and wash my hair, and I just could not wash my hair, and I'm trying to wash it this way. And if you know me, you've seen my pictures, you know I have long hair, but my hair is natural, so it's in a big old puffy afro. I have a lot of hair, and I haven't been able to really wash it like I wanted to. And prior to this, don't judge me, it hasn't been washed in like 4 months. Like, I've washed it like around the edges or whatever because I get dandruff really bad, but it hasn't been washed in 4 months. I went to wash my hair, y'all, with my whole situation with my back and trying to keep the shampoo and stuff from running into my wound and keep the bandage on and all that. So I'm washing it sideways. I could not do it. I could not. It was just a mess. I was getting soap in my eye. I couldn't breathe. It was a mess. So I get out the shower, start crying. My husband was in his sleep. I start crying. I come in the room and I'm just kind of boo-hooing silently, just having my little meltdown to myself. And I pull out my scissors. These scissors right here. And I cut it all off. Yes, I did. I did that. And now it's uneven and lopsided. So I got to cut a little bit more off, and then I got to go to a barber. I had an emotional last week and a half. And it just got to be too much one night, and so I just cut it all off. Because who walks around with half-washed hair, soap and dirt still in your hair? Like, what are you going to do with it? And it was matted. What am I going to do with that? So I just cut it all off. But I'm better now. I ain't got no hair. I got hair. But yeah, so when y'all see me without a wrap on and y'all be like, Shayla, that's a wig. No, that's my real hair. If it's real short, that's me. But I do got a couple wigs I will be slapping on now. All right, I'm going for real. I love you. Comment below. Let me know how you're doing mentally, emotionally, physically. How is your prayer life? Pray for me as I pray for you. God in heaven, I ask that you touch every single person that's watching this recording. Bless them to be more of who you want them to be. Give them the stamina, the willpower, and the tenacity to go through whatever storm life may be raging on them right now, letting them know that you are forever and always with them. Nothing is too big for you. This is but a light thing. Whatever they're asking, it is light for you, God, and you can make it happen. Lord, I just ask that you bless them, heal their bodies, heal their minds, heal their emotions, heal their finances, heal them in every way. Let their eyes and ears be better at discerning the aptitude of people, the direction that people are trying to go or take them in their lives. Let them be on top of what's happening around them. Let their head be on swivel, God. Let no devil in hell or demon come to deceive them, to destroy anything that you have built for them. They have built with you, God. Let everything be protected. In the mighty name of Jesus, I pray for every single person listening to the sound of my voice at this time. And I ask that you will do a miracle in their lives. Keep believing, y'all. In Jesus' name, amen. Bye for now.